Good day. Today we're talking about fuel quality and fuel performance. All diesel or petrol needs to comply with national standards, which give the specific specifications on what the product needs to comply with. The reason that there's a standard is because the manufacturers of vehicles, machinery and so forth use that specific specifications then to manufacture the vehicle or the machinery to be able to work at its optimal space with that specific fuel. So what happens if your fuel is not up to spec? Your fuel that's not up to spec results in less performance at that stage. Even before we get to what's the damage being done to the vehicle, the lack of performance is where the issue is. If you go and have a look, what is your fuel consumption, for instance, on a truck or on a vehicle, in comparison with the correct spec fuel versus inferior fuel, you will immediately see that you get less kilometers per liter. If you recalculate that backwards, you will actually see that the 25 cents or that 20 cents or the 50 cents that you pay less is not worth it. Because yes, you pay less per liter, but in the end, it costs you more. And then we obviously get to the stage where the machinery gets damaged. Due to most of the things that's being mixed into the diesel these days, their flash point, which is their burning point, is a lot lower than what diesel is. Diesel is on 55 Celsius versus something like petrol is 32, paraffin is like 45. So the lower it is, the higher the burning rate, which then impacts your injectors as well as the rest of your vehicle or machinery. So I want to throw out a challenge. Next time you get the person that sells that diesel at unbelievable prices to you, go and sit for a second and calculate what's the potential cost to the company. If you have less kilometers per liter, you're sitting with a scenario where you have more breakdowns, and it's not only the cost of the breakdown, it is the fact that you can't do your job at that stage that's being impacted. So it's the indirect influence that you also have there that you need to incorporate in your thinking and in your decision making about, is this diesel a great deal? Due to the fact that we as GASPET get from different suppliers our fuel, we do regular checks. Even though we uplift from the gantries only, we still do random checks on the loads that comes in. That ensures that we keep our own drivers and our logistic partners honest, that there's nothing happening in the chain from the gantry to our yard, as well as we've seen in the past that unfortunately, because we're bringing already manufactured product, some of that product isn't necessarily always as good as the one next door. It will still be in spec, but we do see some variances because of the different regions where it's coming out of. And we just keep an eye to make sure that there's nothing wrong with any of that coming in. The second thing we do to ensure our quality is to ask our customers to please test our product. That's something we encourage. We have one client that is regular with us. He tests us at least once a week. And through that, it also builds a relationship of trust that he knows that nothing that we're giving them is inferior to what he's paying for. So we as GASPET is not only fueled for growth, but fueled for quality as well.